And of course, I need to get my. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. My man is on time, on point. That's why he's going to be big time one day. Julian Murdoch, 6'5", 230 pounds, 3-star player from 24/7. Listen, 24/7, that's the best. They do all the averages from Rivals, ESPN. Picked this young man up in an Uber ride the other day, and I thought I was talking to a 30-year-old man here that knew sport. I mean, he knew the quarterback game. He knew UCLA with the Nico stuff. He talked about the tax issues in California. I thought, man, this dude is on point. Smart guy here. Let's bring in the 2026 3-star prospect out of here in Nashville. Let's have a round of applause. Very well, 5 or 6 years from now, maybe getting drafted tomorrow night. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good, buddy. I just had to hype you up there. I was really impressed. I'm not just saying that because you're on the program here.
I appreciate it.
And we got a good crowd tonight watching. So, like I said, wanted to welcome you into the program. How long have you been playing organized football, Julian? What's your earliest memory?
I've been playing football since I was 5 years old.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what team? What was it? The Una Bears? Who'd you play for back in the day?
They were called what was it? Middle Tennessee Bulldogs. It was like a team in Madison.
Madison?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's awesome, brother. Now, what made you want to play for? Did your dad play? Did you have an uncle? What drove your love for football, man?
So like I used to be like really fast like when I was younger. So I played running back. So like just put me on football just for fun. And I was like I put like maybe like 4 touchdowns one game, and I just started falling in love with it since then. And then like I've been playing it since then.
So you've always had you didn't mind the contact.
Oh no, not at all, not at all.
Just a big kid and like having fun.
Yes, sir.
Did your dad play college or high school or anything?
My dad actually didn't play any football. He was more of a basketball guy. He played at Penn.
Was he really? How tall is your dad?
Like 6 foot. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty average.
Hey, I was a basketball guy too, man. I didn't like getting hit. I like football. I love talking football.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you, you got to have a certain mentality. And I noticed in most cases, now Brady, he started in high school.
Yeah.
But you got to get used to that contact early, and you love it or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So just wondering about that. Now, you mentioned you transferred. Did you go to John Paul in Hendersonville, right?
Yes, sir, I did. I went there my sophomore in the beginning of my junior year.
Okay. And that's where Golden Tate, former Seattle Seahawk, and Notre Dame. I mean, Golden Tate, what a great name, for Notre Dame. It don't even seem real. What drove you there? Was it your parents? You moved from one parent to another, like myself?
It was really just like, so they had a quarterback named Kenny Minchie, and he was like, me and him kind of play like kind of similar, and like what they did for him and allowed him. He also went to Notre Dame too. So like I kind of wanted to get to that same level. So like, and then he was graduating. I saw opportunity for me to go play there, and I was like, this might be a good fit for me. And then I had
So you transferred to Ezell from there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how many years? How long have you been starting for Ezell? Is this your second year at Ezell?
I got here in January. I came to Pope in sophomore year, and I came sophomore year.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So you're doing Ezell this year, and next year is going to be your senior year, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, buddy. Yeah. All right. Now, you were telling me in the Uber ride the other day, you're Real Ohio, Miami, Ohio. I know Middle Tennessee. I saw that. What's your thoughts on how are these choices coming up? What's your thoughts on Miami, Ohio so far?
Miami, Ohio, they're like the first school. Like they sent me like a thing, my text. They said come visit, and I went down there, and I just fell in love with everything. They have a nice indoor. Big Ben went there.
Yeah.
And about the program was nice. The coaches, Coach Martin, I have a good relationship, and they would text me about like once a week, like little graphics and asking how I was doing. And then we had
They're
like
showing you the love, huh?
Yep. That was so far. Yeah.
Now, who is Coach Martin? Now, is he the quarterback coach? He's the offensive coordinator?
He's the head coach.
Oh, he's a head coach.
Yeah.
Does he have an offensive background or is he a defensive background?
He's more of a defensive guy, but he likes to just pick his head in the offense just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what type of offense would you like to play in? What's your ideal offense for
like a Lane Kiffin type of offense, like make one read, get the ball out, look downfield a little bit, just really like an air raid, pass as much as you possibly can.
Okay.
It's like Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin type of offense.
Yeah. Now how was that visit? Did you actually do official visit to Ole Miss?
It was an unofficial visit. I went there for a game my freshman year, and it was me and my brother. We went. Everything in Oxford's amazing. The people, the food, the atmosphere was nice. And I met with the offensive coordinator and the QB coach, and they followed me and got their phone numbers. And I mean, I talk to them every now and then, but like they're not SI, but they see my film. They told me to come out to camp, but I really haven't came out there since then. But I talked to
nothing official.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking Jacoby year or so back. Jacoby Cox out of Clarksville and his dad, Tony. I told you I've had them on the program, and he said the same thing. You guys love Lane Kiffin, don't you? Yeah, he's something, man.
Yeah.
So let's see. So your highest right now is on Miami, Ohio, as of today. So if things ended to if you were graduating this week, it would be Miami.
Yes, sir. That's where I was.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, it's good stuff, man. I'm watching you. You've already got the build. I mean, are you still about 230?
Yeah, I'm about 230. I mean, right now I weighed in at 238 the other day. I'm trying to get that back down, but
okay.
Let's see the start.
Was that after that barbecue I picked you up out?
Yes, sir. It was that's great food out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. So what do you want? What do you need to work on? What if somebody said, okay, you're looking at the film, and everybody has to have something they're working on.
Of course.
What do you feel like you need to get better at?
Extending the play. I mean, first reason out there, learn how to use my legs a little more. Sometimes the pressure will come, and I'll not say panic, but like trying to throw the ball out, I need to start using my legs to my advantage because I'm a big guy. So I mean, the hits aren't going to hurt. I mean, extending the play, going through my more reads, and just cleaning up my footwork, and really about it. Because I have the arm strength. I mean, I can throw really far and accurate. Really just learn more of the basics instead of trying to take steps up. Just building a strong foundation with the basics already.
Yeah. Peyton Manning, always working on his footwork way up in his years at the Colts and even at Denver. I think guys you have to have that student in the game mentality and never feel like you're there. Brady's just never that. You see Brady going over things way up in his years at Tampa, man. So that's awesome. Always working on your footwork. I bet you're a big film guy, it sounds like.
Yeah, strong film guy. I probably watched last year. I led the team in huddle views, like watch hours. So, I mean, I'm always in the film lab and just watching everything, seeing what I can work on, watching the other teams, seeing what will work and what not work. So, yeah.
So they keep up with this at the high school level?
Yeah, they can see you watching.
Explain this login hours thing to our audience.
We use this thing called Huddle. So it's like certain things they watch practice clips, game clips, and then like the other team we watch like the 2 games of the other team. So like we can watch different different sections like practices and everything, and you can like see how many people watched it, like how long they watched it, and then like I watched everything. So like, I think I just logged. Must have.
Well, you just turn your light. Okay, there you go.
My bad. Yeah. So I was like always watching the most practice clips, game clips, and like our opponent clips. And my coach told me that. I was like, I'm not really surprised because I stay on huddle. Sometimes I get in trouble in class because I'm always on huddle. But yeah.
That's great. Johnny Manziel didn't even open up his tablet.
Yeah.
You see, he's where he's at. He's not in the NFL anymore.
That is true.
Yeah. Hey, that's awesome, brother. I tell you. let's see. I was just talking about, you heard it in my mock draft here. We're on the eve. By the way, let me say something, man. I don't know if you know this, but Cam Ward, 0 stars.
Yeah. He started off
with the number 1 pick. Patrick Mahomes, 3 stars, just like you, buddy.
Yeah.
You keep doing that, and we're going to be talking about you one day,
That's the goal.
I told my guest the other day, and I get a little preaching. I'm sorry. I want to see young people succeed. I had Alan Norfleet. He's a baller out of Chicago, Atlanta area. It's my nephew, my neighbor's cousin. He looks like a nephew because my neighbor's like 55, and he's kind of looking out for Alan. And I was telling him, I said, the biggest issue is, for advice I can give to players, is not have a bunch of kids at a young age by a bunch of different women. I'm sure you've heard that one a million times.
All the time.
And don't smoke weed, And I know that's a controversial when some athletes say, well, hey man, I want to smoke weed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, they start off great, and then things seem to teeter off and eventually go downhill. And you never see players really, really hit their pinnacle and starts, especially at quarterback. Oh, forget about it,
Yeah.
And Travis Henry used to play for the Vols. Great player. He said one of the worst things I ever done was smoke weed. And this guy had a bunch of kids, but he said that's one of the biggest regrets of his life. And of course, he got into legal trouble. I know that I don't think none of that's with you.
No, sir.
Sorry to get on my soapbox, but that's just stuff I think about. Be a film junkie. Don't rest on your laurels.
Yeah.
I remember watching about 12 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, Florida State beat Auburn in the national championship game. Great last drive by, what's that quarterback's name? Number 1 pick that year. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. We'll see from my guys here. Hold on. Kevin, heavy follow high school football. This young man's a real deal. Jameis Winston, Kevin, I'm sorry. Jameis Winston, I thought was going to be all world. But I'm telling my friend Kevin, Winston rested. Now, he's made some money. But you sound like you want to do great things.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I want to take it to the highest level I can get.
Yeah, I could see you being like a Pat Mahomes level type of player. Yeah. Winston never grown from that young man out of Florida. And it's sad, but he rested on his laurels. You compare him to a guy like a Jalen Hurts, who I never thought was going to make it. Second round pick. Could not make his second read. I had former Dallas Cowboy Jim Jeffcoat on, out of Texas, still lives in Texas area, follows high school football. Jim he's won 2 Super Bowls. He was a former first-round pick himself in the 1983 draft. He said, listen, we were arguing on a show, a panel of us, and he was telling us about, we were saying Kyler Murray over Jalen Hurts because Murray looked like the more polished player out of college, And he said, no, I like this Jalen Hurts kid because he's a dog. He's all football. His dad's a coach. He's all in. He's a film junkie. And this is before I heard this off of any guys on NFL shows. He squats like 600 pounds. He lifts with the linemen. Keep your eye on this guy. I said, no, he's just going to be a backup, Jim. He's never going to. We know what happened, man. We know what happened. Carson Wentz was never the same after his injury. And Hurts, he stayed in there, and the rest is history. So just passing that along to you, man. You might hit a rough spot in college. Somebody may get passed over you. Don't be a victim. We saw what Jalen Hurts did in college with Tua. Got demoted from 20 million people in the national championship games. Tua goes on, wins the national championship. This guy transfers to Oklahoma. He just works his way up. You may get a transfer opportunity, man. at Miami, Ohio. Shoot, you may get a better opportunity this time next year. So, just I don't know, man. Just not to be preachy, but that's just how I am.
You're good. Yeah, you're fine.
So anyways, talking the Titans, we were talking about that in the car, and I'd like to get your opinion. If they do not get that King's ransom to trade down, who do you think they should pick with that one pick?
I don't think Cam Ward, like, if he was in last year's draft class, he's not even the top 5 quarterback in last year's draft class. I don't mark him as a generational quarterback. And then you're using a first pick on him. So, I mean, I don't think he's a bad quarterback or anything by any means, but, like, last year you probably could have got him in the 3rd round almost, maybe I could say.
Okay.
If I was the Titans, I would have traded back and try to get, like, Abdul Carter, the dude from Penn State.
Okay.
Because I think Jackson Dart and the kid from Louisville is one of the most, like, talented quarterbacks in the draft.
So you like Jackson Dart?
Yeah, I think he's one of the best.
Did you get a chance to see him up close during your visit?
Yeah, I watched him. I was a freshman. He was his junior year, and
okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to talk to him when you was down there?
Nah, he was kind of Hollywood. I didn't get a chance to
So you're saying if they can draft down, you're going with Abdul Carter?
Yes, or Travis Hunter.
Or Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Let's say Kevin says, agreed, Ward is not a bad prospect, just not number 1 pick. Now, Kevin last week says that, and Kevin's a smart guy, played high school football back in the day from Springfield. Kevin once had 5 touchdowns in one game like Al Bundy. No, I'm kidding. But he did play for Springfield, didn't he, Kevin, back in the day? He was telling me that Ward's biggest, how did he put it? His biggest plays are coming off script.
Yep.
And not sticking, and run around guys don't last. That's other than, Lamar Jackson's a phenom.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't too big on Lamar Jackson when he first came out, to be honest.
I was not. Right. Yeah, I was not either. He's finally won me over the last 2 years.
Yep.
But he's a guy that hung in there and really learned, because he had like a 56% completion percentage out of Louisville. Yeah. And some thought maybe he should be a receiver. It just goes to show you they really worked at it, and he impressed Baltimore to go all in like that. But I want to say one of my other guests was a high school coach out of Missouri who coached Sheldon Richardson in college or in high school. And he said the same thing. He said that he would go with Abdul Carter if Tennessee cannot trade that pick. I like Abdul Carter too. I wouldn't mind if they did go with Travis Hunter per se. But the flip side of that is, guys, that Cam Ward his numbers this last year very similar to Jaden Daniels, except for the rushing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And, hey, what if he turns out to be half that good and or practically that good, a portion of that good, and Tennessee's in the playoffs next year? Brian Callahan loves his football acumen. He says he likes the way he clears up everything when he explained where he made a mistake on play-by-play. So I'm okay if they take Cam Ward, over Carter, but I wouldn't lose any sleep if they took Travis Hunter or, of course, Carter. It's one of those three. Now, Schroeder Sanders.
Nah,
I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, man. You follow me on this and follow each other. I appreciate the follow on the X out. Does your teammates show up to your birthday party, Julie?
Yeah, of course.
Did you read that?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. Is Schroeder Sanders a me guy? What do you think about Schroeder Sanders, man?
I think his dad, I don't have a problem with Coach Sanders or anything, but his dad's kind of a big influence, and everything to do is the spotlight, and he's always trying to be flashy and everything, trying to flex his watch. And I think the players might get jealous, they might not get of it, but I think being in the spotlight the whole time and him being the one getting all the attention, and him and Travis are the ones getting all the attention, I kind of feel like just a little jealousy there. and they feel like they should like get some of the spotlight too. And it's always about him sometimes. But
really, so you think it's more of a jealousy thing, or you think maybe he's just so standoffish that the players are turned off by that?
I think it's a little bit of both because
Okay.
Yeah, he is kind of a little cocky sometimes. I could say that.
Yeah, and one assistant coach said that he is the most entitled player.
Yeah.
The worst. This is what one NFL assistant coach said. Now he didn't say his name because hey, the owner may push for it, and assistant coach don't want to be, Yeah. But he says the worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. He says he's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He blames teammates, but the biggest thing, he's just not that good. Oh, my God. And you're already bigger than Schroeder Sanders, man. You're I think he's on like 6'1" or 6'2".
He's like 6'1", 210 maybe. Somewhere
yeah. 6'1", 2, maybe 6'2" and some really high cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, man, you know what? I never thought Baker Mayfield was going to amount to anything. I never thought Lamar Jackson would. So, a lot of people didn't like Josh Allen. I liked his arm strength.
I was a big fan of him coming out from Wyoming.
Yeah, who do you model your game after?
So, it used to be Josh Allen, but, like, especially this year, like a bigger Joe Burrow. Like making
that's a good call right there, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, those quick releases, I love that. Yeah. Joe Burrow, that's good. He was a transfer guy too. Remember, he transferred from Ohio State to LSU. Let's see. Now, Julian Murdoch. Now, when does the football season start for you? When does week 0 start?
We start spring ball May 5th, so that's coming up.
Oh, spring ball, okay.
Yep, and then we're gonna start summer May 31st. So as soon as we get done with final exam, we have like a week off, and we go right back into the summer. So from there, it's just go on out until the end of the season. Yeah. When does the season start? It's like August 21st or something. Yeah, something like August. Yeah, August 20 something, somewhere around. Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna be keeping up with you, Julian Murdoch. Do you have anything else to plug? No, sir. I just appreciate you having me on. Well, man, I'd like to have you back on the program sometime. Kevin says, I'm a heavy follower of high school football. This young man is the real deal. I appreciate you, Kevin. Hopefully, we're going to be talking for college. And in a few years from now, when you're going to be the number 1 overall pick, we'll refer back to this interview. Yes, sir. All righty, then. All right. Julian, let me make sure I got your Murdoch. You're going to be hearing that name a lot, folks. Let's have a round of applause.